Okay. So everybody in Zoom land can hear us? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay, good. Calling the meeting to order. This is the Tourism and Economic Development Advisory Committee meeting, September 10th, 2025. Hopefully you all have your agendas. The first order of business is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on July 22nd, 2025. Do I have a motion? A second? BJ? Any comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you. Nancy Geary could not be here. Let me just, there's Laura. Hold on. I'm letting people in. Nancy could not be with us tonight. But she asked me to relay, as far as October for Design goes, that all the events have been uploaded to the Talkify calendar except for the summer theater. The summer theater, here comes Katie. Sorry. Katie, Zoom. The Summer Theater of New Canaan is planning a pretty cool event. They're at Parks and Rec tonight. They will be at the Board of Selectmen next Tuesday. It's requiring Board of Selectmen approval because on October 5th, they're going to close Bristow Bird Sanctuary from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. And they're calling it the Bard at Bristow. They're doing a whole Shakespeare vignettes throughout the park. It's gonna be very cool. So you'll walk through, they'll time them, but you'll spend like 5 minutes at each vignette and come through. It's kind of cool. So that one hasn't been loaded just because that came up late and had to get the proper approvals. Some background there. Susan, I think you need to mute. I'm hearing a lot of background from you. Let me see if I can.
There's no background, but I'll mute.
Okay, thank you.
I thought the Shakespeare at Bristow was on a weekend, not on the 6th.
I'm sorry, the 5th. Sunday the 5th. I'm sorry, the 5th.
Okay.
Yep, Sunday the 5th. Thank you. There's a few U.S. Modernist events that are happening on the 19th. Anyway, she's going to be loading them in. The Lego build, which the museum has decided to do again, is going strong. So kids have been given kits, Lego kits, and they can build a little modern house and have it be in the windows of stores. She wanted to thank myself and the chamber for coordinating. John Kriz is writing an article for the Sentinel, and Mike Dinan is running some banner ads, so we're getting great publicity. I did notice that there was an ad in the Bedford New Canaan magazine for it. Just on another note, she wanted me to let you know that the culture guide has been distributed. They've all been picked up here. I gave them out to everybody that was advertising in them, and just asked that if any of you have not put the link on websites that you might have access to that they should be on, please do that. There's a digital guide that I also sent to you guys. That's a very quick update on October for Design, other than it looks like with Glass House and Grace Farms, and I looked at the calendar yesterday, there's going to be some amazing events. I know, Jack, you're doing something, right? Is yours up there too?
That's correct.
Yeah. Yep. So I think it's going to be a really nice showing for the town. It's a good event. Started here. Anybody have anything to add on October for Design? We're going to move quickly through this agenda because I've got to be someplace. Okay. As I mentioned on the cultural guide, Kirsten, are you hanging on to them? I mean, are you giving them out to people? Are people taking them? Are you using them in the
yes. We have them in the visitor. Yeah, we have them in the visitor center, and we give them out for sure. And, you know, we try to verbally also reinforce when people ask where else they should be going, you know, we'll give them some tips.
Good. I mean, Nancy really took that on completely, almost 100%. So we really owe her a huge amount of thanks. Let's see. Laura, can you give us an update? Maybe you and Alan, how are you guys moving along with the influencer program?
I was talking to Alan about that today. I have a long list of potentials that I've analyzed for engagement. I've got a couple that I'm keyed in on, and Alan is going to take a little once over on it. But then we should be good to go to enact it in fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, okay. And how do you envision it? Will it be over a period of a certain, like, amount of time? How are you seeing it?
Laura, we didn't really discuss that yet, but I think we will spread it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely holiday stroll would be nice to get some
Right.
people, maybe even Halloween. I think, look at what's going on over the fourth quarter and
Okay,
October for design, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
okay, keep us posted for sure. Laura, while you have the floor, you want to just give us an update, a downtown update?
Yeah, downtown is looking great. We had Lombardi's opened up a couple months ago. Now Doppio in the old Vicolo spot has opened up. Sportova, which is the very high-end home gym and fitness company, they're moving along on their space in the old CT Muffin. I think our two new bakeries are doing well, and really exciting on October 3rd, Crafty Kids is going to open up. I've met with the owner. She's joined the chamber. She's doing a grand opening on October 3rd. The space looks terrific, and she is really anxious to get involved with the community. So we've been, we've got a couple ideas going. There's also a new music studio opening up, Musicology. They are actually not storefront. They're going to be in the office buildings adjacent to Stewart's. They've joined the chamber, really happy, and anxious to get involved. And then the Scarecrows.
That music lessons, Laura? Is that
Yeah,
like?
it's music lessons. It's
Oh.
sort of the beginning of a franchise, a local resident. I'm meeting with him next week to talk about what he wants to do surrounding his grand opening. And it's just, they have sort of a organic approach to teaching music. It's for kids, but for adults. And he's gotten together a great roster of teachers. They won't do rentals. It's not like New Canaan Music.
Right.
But they're really interested and excited. So overall, I think, things are looking pretty good. I think, we still have a couple spots open on Main Street for sure, but Elm is fully booked now. So that's always a good sign.
That's great. Okay.
Can I just
Katie,
ask
do you want
a couple of questions?
Sure.
Or Tucker, what is happening with the kiosk that we talked about?
That's going to be on my update. That's going to be on my committee update. I've got something for you on that one.
Okay. And then Laura, any information about any effects of the tariffs on the merchants in town?
Well, funny you should ask. I had a couple merchants ask me that same question. So I sent a survey out to like all of the downtown merchants, asking them basic questions about how are the tariffs affecting you? What are your plans? And I got 22 responses, and clearly they were from people who are affected and are feeling the pinch and are really, trying to work through how to minimize the impact on their customers, but also, on their bottom line. They've got to stay up and running. So I have sent the results back out to all of them, and my next strategy, and I need to talk to my board about, how do we make this public and turn it into an education for consumers when they start to see prices going up, et cetera.
Interesting. Okay.
You should probably track that. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
So as far as the kiosk goes, Mark has been so great in bringing me different ideas and doing some drawings. For those of you that are home, I can't really show you, but I will pass around to a couple of us that are here. He first sent around a batch that was more on the modern side, and then Deanna and I looked at them and asked if he could send something that was a little bit more traditional. And so if you look at this A version, I'll take a picture and send it out to you. He's doing some,
Do you want me to do
Ah.
a screen share?
how beautiful is that? Yes, let me make you co-host.
Where is this going again?
So you'll see. Mark, you want to show us?
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Let's see, how
I
does,
just made you co-host. So if you have the image there and you hit share screen at the bottom,
okay, I did. Share?
screen.
No. Somehow it's not doing it.
We could send you the document, maybe you could share it.
I'm happy to, let's see, I made you co-host. So you have it up, the documents up on your desktop there?
I do.
So
Hey,
then if you go to
Tucker, on your
Yes.
share button, there's a little arrow and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it says allow multiple users. So it's not as
Oh,
much hosting as much as allow
multiple users? Oh, okay, I see.
Not you, Mark. Tucker.
My
Oh.
share says desktop, you see what, it's on the screen. Can you see that, what my share says?
Mm-mm.
No, it's just saying share.
You don't have a little arrow next to your
There-
share button?
Well, mine's on a tablet. It's different.
Oh,
I
okay.
have the little arrow.
Okay.
There's one participant, multiple participants, or advanced sharing options.
Because I made him co-host, BJ, so he's seeing that.
No,
But he should be able to share just by hitting the green button, and then
Right,
up comes his desktop, and you can pick
exactly.
the picture.
yeah,
But I think
No.
he has to click on the image that he's,
That's right.
sorry, guys.
Oh, well,
Should it be one participant can share at a time or
no, multiple.
multiple? It isn't multiple.
Can he send you the document and you share it?
Yeah, but I won't be able to get it through here.
Oh, see.
I think if you just press the green arrow, right? The one
Yeah.
I
button.
did.
just
I'm
hitting the
doing it. I'm
green
doing it.
arrow.
Well,
No, sorry.
he's going to do some construction drawings, right, Mark, for us?
Yeah, well, that's the next step is to do pricing drawings, dimensions and notes and, something that can be priced.
Right.
Um,
All right, so did you decide on one that is more classical than modernist?
well, I
have,
wouldn't call it
but-
classical.
Okay.
It's four-sided. I wonder if I could, you know what I could do? I can take a picture and,
Wait a second.
Or can Mark,
Hang on.
if he has the drawing, can you just put it up against his camera? 'Cause
that's true. He probably could do that. Let me
Mark, are you
see.
able to put the drawing against your
Wait
camera?
a second.
on the-
Do you see it?
No.
No,
Oh,
But I
that's
think
fine.
If you
'cause
just hold it up against the camera, I think we could probably see it because you're on the big screen when you speak.
Yeah.
I'm sending it all to you now.
Thanks, Tucker.
We have not finalized this, but this is the direction we're going.
Tucker, is it possible for us to see the modern draft?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me
of what was
let me
done?
just see if you get this. That I just emailed it to you all. Did anybody get
Can
it?
you, let's see, can you
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Whoops. Okay. Here are in the first sketch, there are 5 options. Starting with A, which has this kind of a boxy structure with a low pitch roof.
Yeah, Mark, you know what? It's hard to see it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's hard for all of us to see it that way, but, did anybody see what I just sent you?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry if it's crooked. That's one version. Mark, I just sent them A. I think, you know what, rather than do this on the fly, I'm gonna scan these in and send these all to you tomorrow. So that you can have a look. Oh, Mark's holding one up. That's the modern.
Can you see? Whoop,
Yes.
Yeah, that's the more modern version.
hello?
Yes, we can see it.
We can see.
Yep.
It's kind of a take on a Bauhaus construction and primary colors.
Well, that's good.
And then Mark, do you have the other one, the A that we tended?
Yeah, now the one that was of interest to
Okay.
That
can
one.
you see it?
Yep.
And where is this?
So
gonna
it's a
be?
four-sided structure with four equal sides. And it's a little bit off the ground and the roof kind of floats above it. And it's a flat roof, not unlike the Gorse Pavilion in a way. And now the display areas, the tack areas are kind of recessed so that there's a very pronounced frame around them so that, you know, the kind of randomness of the postings gets kind of clearly contained.
Katie, I think I heard you ask, where is this going to be? It's on the new bump out. That's
Yeah, it's on the
very
new
empty
bump out.
right
You can
now.
see the
And
bump out.
Taylor's
Actually,
right
this
across the
looks
street.
backwards for some reason. Okay. It's the actually the distance between the tree planter and the curb is 16 feet. So it could be, you know, the size has to be determined yet, but you know, as a start, each of those four panels could be, let's say, 4 feet wide, you know, as in a standard plywood sheet, maybe 4 by 6. And then there will be ample room around it.
So that gives you an idea. Again, nothing's finalized, except we're just trying to figure out what even the next steps would be once a final design is selected in terms of, you know, the costs. I mean, we didn't budget for this past year, so we have to
Next
figure,
year, probably.
it probably would be next, you know, come July that we would get this thing built.
I have a
Unless
question.
we get some money
Yeah.
for it.
I just have a question. Have you thought about putting this at the railroad station?
No, this is, we designed this explicitly to be on that bump out because it's got a big open
No,
space.
no, I'm
right-
not saying not the bump out. I'm saying in addition to that, at the railroad station.
You have two of them?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we haven't considered that.
Okay, well, just a thought. A lot of people come into the railroad station, particularly on weekends.
Yeah, I mean, we have the fence there, obviously,
I
but
agree.
that's more of just posters. But we did have a rack inside the train station for years with a lot of information. We also had a TV in there where we were running events all the time. But that's an interesting thought, Susan.
I don't think people are looking at racks and I don't think they're taking things, but I think if they get off the train and they see, oh, wow, that looks interesting, I should maybe go there.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
All right,
So I don't know, I think it might be a good sort of public entree to.
you kind of cut out there. We can't really hear you.
All right.
Sorry, we're having a hard time understanding you. You're cutting out. But
That's
I think
okay.
what you're saying, okay, thank you. I think what you're saying is that would be an interesting place to think about. Let's get one done and see how it goes. First of all, let's find out how much it's going to cost because it could be a deal breaker, but we're trying to move it forward and everybody seems to think it's a good idea.
Is there any thought about the budget, more or less?
No, other than there's no budget for it, as I said. So when I went and saw the one in Ridgefield, I spoke with the folks that built that one. That one was $30,000.
Yeah. Now, the one in
Yeah.
Richfield is actually much more complicated. It has
No,
glass doors, I think
no,
8
I
of
know.
them if it's an octagon. So, there's a lot more going on with that one.
Right.
I think we're talking about a much more simple one.
Much more simple, definitely. Alan just brought up a good point. We thought about sponsors or whatever. I think there is maybe an appetite. I know I had someone reach out from Rotary that was maybe interested in being a part of it. So they did all the garbage cans a few years ago. So we might go that route too. Right now, we're just trying to come up with a finalized design, what our cost would be, and then we'll start spreading the word to see how we can get it covered. But Mark's been great in dropping off different versions, so I really appreciate him putting the time in it. I'll send you this file tomorrow just so you can all see it.
Maybe the Realtor Board would want to.
Yeah, the realtors too, yeah.
Well,
Tucker, is
actually, Tucker, why don't I send you a PDF
Great.
file that has all of them,
That would be terrific.
and then you can just forward it.
Okay,
Will do.
thank you. Katie and Dan and Meg, who's no longer on it, but have been working a little bit on a lot actually on the banners that we're talking about. Dan was trying to come tonight, but he had a last minute meeting, but he and I met, and I know Katie, you and Meg and Dan had a conversation or met. And again, just putting the final touches on that, also figuring out what the cost would be, but still thinking of going for this, banners on the lampposts. I don't know if you have anything more specific you want to add, Katie, other than.
Yeah, we just talked today just about timing. I know we want to get this right. So our plan is to hopefully be able to review a sample of the banner by next meeting, assuming that's like in the next, a month or two. So that's kind of what we're communicating to Gina. And then realistically, probably not until next year to get it activated, but also timing TBD. But we just want to make sure we can look and review at the, art design and make sure we're all aligned on like what that direction looks like. So hopefully by the next meeting, we can review something.
Thank you. The parking initiative, you're going to be hearing a lot about that. Hopefully you all get Deanna's newsletter that comes out once a month. It will be coming out tomorrow. She touches on it. What we decided was that there's so much information to be shared about the parking that we're going to have a sort of a special edition of the newsletter in a couple of weeks. What we're waiting on, not so much tariffs, but the machines are coming from overseas and they're still not here yet. They were supposed to have been here last week. We're told they're coming this week or beginning of next. Then we get them, then they have to be programmed. The concrete pads are being put in tomorrow and Friday. We've come up with several communication plans. We're having a meeting with the merchants on the 25th of September at the Playhouse at 3:00 if anybody wants to join. We're going to ask all of the business folks in town to come and we're going to explain everything that's going on. We have, as I say, we have this brochure that we're going to send out. It shows all the maps. The interesting thing we learned was that we have if you look at the downtown area, there are over 1,600 parking spaces available. Now, the only reason why that's important is if somebody says to you, which happens all the time, people say to us, there's no parking in this town. There's just no parking in this town. We can say, well, actually, there are 1,600 spaces. They may not be right in front of where you want to be, but there are 1,600 spaces. So we're having that meeting with the merchants. We're going to do some videos on how to use the machine, literally show someone how to use it. There's 3 apps that will be accepted as well as coin and credit card and cash. And then the merchant meeting. We also will be, as I say, sending out this newsletter, and we'll be distributing these flyers, these brochures that we made on, thanks to BJ, on a little bit heavier stock. Every store will have them in the store so that when someone comes in and says, I didn't know where to park or parking was difficult, the merchant can say, here's for the future, keep this. It'll have a QR code right to the website. There's been a lot of thought gone into it. Laura, did I miss anything in terms of all of the different communication pieces on this?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
once we know for sure that the machines are in and we know their installation date, hopefully we'll be able to have that meeting on 9/25. And that we'll get a good participation so they can really understand it. They can ask questions because the merchants really are on the front lines of the parking. Because when people are frustrated, the first person they tell is the store that they were walking into.
And as you've always accurately said, what the merchant hears there is, I almost lost a sale, or I've lost other sales. And so that's kind of traumatic for them.
Oh, Sue, could I just add, the Glass House, in order to help the process, has switched our visitors and directs them to the lumberyard lot instead of the one on Park Street. And we were asked to do that in advance. So, and we're having issues with that. I reached out to Stacy and she said that new signs would be going up at the lots, but is the signage waiting for the machines? The problem is
No,
that the lumberyard lot says very clearly residents only. So even though they have directions to park there, they think they're in the wrong place and then they wind up circling and they miss their tour.
So the signage is going to say permit parking only or free after 10:30 in the morning, right?
Is that changing or waiting?
That's changing. Like, we're just waiting. The signs have been ordered. We're just waiting for the signs. Yeah. So we went out and walked. It took us the better part of a day, literally inventorying every sign that's currently up in every lot, which ones have to come down, which ones have to change, the zone numbers have to change. Huge project, just getting all the signage. But in terms of the lumberyard and the railroad lot, those signs will now encourage people to park there unlimited time after 10:30 in the morning.
That'll be great. I'm just hoping that comes soon, just because we're having so much trouble with our.
It's going to come in the next week or two.
Great, thank you.
So that's the good news on that one. We also will go out to Staying Put. We'll run programs there. We'll go to Aggie at Lapham. We'll go and talk to anybody about it, teach anybody how to do it. So again, the whole point of this was, from everything we read, was to reduce congestion, and it comes also with a new ramp going to be installed in the back. We're just waiting back from some bids on that, which will allow for a loading zone up there, will allow for easier access for people with strollers or mobility or whatever. So we're just thinking with it all together in one sort of package, it's going to make a big difference. That's our hope anyway. We have always said that, we're going to be nimble, and that if something is really not working or there's a safety issue right off the bat, we're going to deal with it, but we are going to give it a good college try before we change anything. So a lot of different seasonality involved and things like that. So we're trying to work through it. Anybody, Kirsten or VJ or Laura, anybody, Jack, anybody got anything you want to add, or anybody here in the room?
Yeah, I just have a question about that ramp. Is that ramp next to the movie theater staircase?
Yes.
Is that where that is?
Yes.
So there'll be a loading zone back there.
Right. Now, a big truck, some of the big trucks aren't going to make it back there, but FedEx can make it back there. UPS can make it back there, get them off of the double parking on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yep. And as I said, just to help people who need to make their way down without stairs.
Yeah, Mimi Flag is very excited about it. If you need a tester, she'd be glad to test it.
All right, we'll call Mimi.
I just wanted to make one note about nonprofits in general in our town. Just be mindful, keep your ear out for what's going on, because so many have lost funding or don't know yet if they lost funding. So a lot of uncertainty, and that they're helping vulnerable populations. So we're such a great town. I know we'll help them.
Okie doke. Anything else? I've got a diverticulitis issue that I'm trying to go do. So, all right, I'm going to call it at 7:30 just because keep getting these texts. I'm sorry. I will see you all on October 21st, but I'll send this file out tomorrow and give us your thoughts. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.